The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoff, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the Utah Utes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Utes will put total leather to crank us up. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. Looking for a man, it's Tucker. Firing to the right, complete. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Mustangs are flying down the field. To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
The Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. It's a draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They'll try the run. Oh, better look out. Breaks into the open. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
Man, this is a guy who just seems to get better as the game goes on. What a run getting his offense down close to the goal line.
So nice creating explosive runs in the run game. Now you're getting in the red inside the 5. Go punch this in and get a touchdown.
And the Mustangs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. A run for the quarterback. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It's now 2nd and goal. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of the bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. On the move. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU!
You're the better team. You're playing at home. That's the way you start a football game. Putting a drive together, getting 6 on the board, taking the lead. Nice start by this offense.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man on the right. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Now from inside the red zone. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes the grab on the left. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. It's complete. Touchdown, Utah! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Oh, he's got some space. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Tucker. Quickly complete. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You see the offense trying to dial up a quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers this space out in the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need a more accurate throw.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Pulls and fires complete. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to scramble. On target over the middle. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big time...
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, it just means more in the SEC, and take a look at how things are playing out here. South Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Columbia, one of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Utes! Extra point here will tie the game.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback?
It's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders swear it's a turnover.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Mustangs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Makes the grab on 3rd. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
The give to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Great coverage on that down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Hauls it in. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. He'll take it himself. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody open downfield, and he just decided to take off.
The Utes will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Gets it out fast. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He wants it all. intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Bohannon. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half. Back to throw, it's Tucker. Just a short pass to the tight end. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Utah! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. It's complete to the right. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Might be changing the route. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. Looking downfield, it's Tucker. Unleashes one deep. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Mustangs will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well,
Turning on the Jets. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Just way off target and missed him.
Nothing the receiver could have done on that play, guys. You're not expecting the ball to be thrown behind you like that, especially in the quick game.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Leaves it with the back. Turning it on. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people are trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. You saw that there on the incompletion.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
Great job by pass defense down here with their backs against the wall. They're doing a good job really constricting these windows for the quarterback to throw into and getting pressure on the QB, making them pay.
Touchdown, Utes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to enter. He's taking the shot. Pulls it in down the middle. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And that's a first down.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. The pull and throw off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Mustangs are in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Tucker. Finds his man, it's Floretta. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, SMU! Ready to try the point after. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Returns ready to go back on the attack. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's going for a big play downfield. And then he shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Quickly complete. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Using the quick game. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. All kinds of room to the right. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Mustangs! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
Defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Wisconsin is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Camp Randall, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Northwestern. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Blasted as he lets it go. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And the Utes want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Quick strike complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Utes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder.
Oh, he's got some space. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th all tied up. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And the Utes are rolling down the field. They want to throw it. The sweet feet buy a little time. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in a great position.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Fires to the big fella. Powers through. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to pass. It's Tucker. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
From the shotgun. There he goes. Fights off a defender. He's at the 10. Touchdown, SMU. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Hauls it in. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Oh, he wants it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's going to run it. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You know, I think in this situation of the game, too, if I'm this guy, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I'm throwing and getting yards, and if it's not there, I'm going to take this game over myself with my legs. We're in the 4th quarter. We've got an opportunity, one possession down, to get back in this thing. I just got to do whatever I got to do to make that happen.
Here's a heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks. in this game. And so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day. Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one, and all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing in the game. Defensively, David, he has got them on their heels.
And he's been showing you a little bit of everything. He can throw it all over the field to all different receivers, to his tight ends, to his running backs. Really has the ability to spread it around, and now over 300 yards. Still some time left, and he can put up even bigger numbers. And, heck, go chase some awards, man. Get some postseason awards. Get an All-American. Just put up a day.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Lets it go to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down. After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. 1st down marker just short of the goal line. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Touchdown, Utah! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
They just need the extra point to deadlock this game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Turning it on! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
To the air, it's Tucker. Looking left. He makes the catch. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The run from the shotgun. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. From the gun, the ground game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock running out.
The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
Timeout, SMU.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And the try is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking to take a shot. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
He's not afraid to go deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just two possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating two-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
You don't have to make things complicated. You see zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yardage.
Yes, Reese, that's easy when my guy's really fast and quick. Those guys in the slot, get it to them after the catch is their specialty, can make some magic happen.
The Utes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw it. Floating away. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Just like to see the quarterback have a clock going off in his head, forcing him to get rid of that football. Can't take a sack on first down in goal-to-go situation and move your offense backwards.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wants to go up top. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
In an overtime period. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. If he runs this back, this game's over. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. And man, just a soul-crushing turnover by this offense here in overtime.
It's so tough throwing the ball down in this area of the field, right? The windows are so much smaller, and they open and they close so much quicker. You've got to be so precise with timing and accuracy if you're the quarterback. And that time, it came back to bite him. Just didn't execute well enough.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. So here comes the field goal team, and they'll kick for the win. Right